So I saw behind the curtain, like at the Wizard of Oz, and realized that the wizard was actually pretty short. And that's one of the secrets to this, which is not really that complex, because financial lingo is like the moat around how we make money, right? The less people speak our language, the more we can charge them, which is the secret.
It's funny because a lot of us want traits, right? We want to be patient, we want to be humble, we want to be long-suffering. But in order to, if I would say, hey, how would you create, if you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them tough? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life.
Yeah.
What would you put them through to make them patient? You probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like, we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. And it's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? Looking back on my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. It's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
Why do you think most people don't ever reach financial freedom in their lives?
I think humans defer to the paths they've seen before them. I think so often we follow in our father's or our mother's footsteps. Powerful as you have an opportunity to now choose the family footsteps you want to follow into. But most people have this weird emotional attachment to money. And so I think it all comes down to what we believe, which is you have to believe that you can do it.
People want your vote. They have to do something to earn it. If they don't earn it, why are you going down there and pulling that lever?
I saw behind the curtain for the first time when I had managers and bosses who were making tens of millions of dollars a year. And I realized this is where people get it so wrong. It's never a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
And instead of having envy or hate for that, I was super curious. I'm like, this guy can do it. That means I can do it. And I think one of the secrets to success might be when you see somebody who has more, who is doing better, who has more money, realizing that means that you can get it, as opposed to, I hate them because they have it. If you can flip that mindset, on the other side of that lives nothing but opportunity.
Grandma bought a house in Austin, Texas in 1970 for $100,000. Grandma just sold it 50 years later for $1 million. Grandma made $900,000. They go, it's the most profitable thing you could do, buy a house. What you discover is that most people who buy a primary residence, the place they want to live in, they buy it because they want it, and then they tell themselves it's an investment. Buying a house can be an investment, but oftentimes it's not.
Money is inherently emotional. When I had no money, I was reckless with money.
Right.
When I was working in those call centers, if I got paid £1,000 at the end of the month, I would the same day go and buy a TV or an Xbox, like a PlayStation, for about £600-700. It's just something psychologically attached to the dopamine rush or the sense of self-worth that I got from owning the shiny thing.
But it actually makes sense, because maybe it comes down to a belief that people don't think they're ever going to get out. And so they think the only chance of getting out is going into whatever the short-term pleasure is.
In my house, the lack of money was always the thing that caused my shame.
Yeah.
So the minute I got any of it, I would overcompensate by trying to buy some shit to show people.
Yeah.
And then when I had loads of it, who gave a fuck?